grade R learners, and welcome to your life skills lessons. My name is Kira Moreira, and I will be teaching you all of your life skills. Okay, boys and girls, so welcome. I'm very excited to have all of you, and I'm very excited to get started. So let's get into it, boys and girls. Right, there we go. The curtains open up. And the first thing, boys and girls, that we are going to talk about and look at are our lesson objectives. So here's the word objective. We are going to be seeing this word in every single lesson that we do, boys and girls. And the objectives is telling us all of the different things we are learning about in this lesson. So for this lesson, let's have a look at our objectives and what we will be learning. So, number one, it says we will be identifying the holiday we just celebrated all over the world. So I want you to start thinking about the holiday that we celebrate over the December and January period. Okay, boys and girls. Then we are going to compare the different things that we can do with our families. We are then going to be analyzing the things that we can find around us when we are busy learning. So all the different things that we can see and touch and feel and hear when we are learning. And we will be discussing, so we will be talking about what makes a person very kind. So those are all the things we'll be learning and our lesson objectives. So let's get started. Let's talk about our pre-knowledge. So pre-knowledge means what did we learn before? And we will also be seeing the word pre-knowledge in all of our lessons. So try and remember that word and what it means. So Teacher Kira is over here. This is me. I'm saying hello, and I'm standing with a bunch of fireworks over there. And the question I'm asking you is, what special day did we just celebrate? I'll give you a clue. She says, sometimes we see fireworks. So here's a sparkler, like a little bit of fireworks. It says sometimes people stay up very late into the night and they wait for 12 o'clock on their watches. And then we say, can you guess what holiday it was? Do you know? Can you think? What holiday do we use fireworks and celebration? It is New Year's Eve, boys and girls. So New Year's Eve is the very last day of the year before we can celebrate the new year. We are currently in the year 2022. And here it says January 1st. And on January, when it is a new year, boys and girls, we begin a new year on the calendar, okay? And it becomes the 1st of January. So when it was 2021, we had New Year's Eve, and then it was the 1st of January over here, 2022. Okay, boys and girls, so New Year's Eve is a big holiday, and it's celebrated over the entire world. No matter where you live, what your family does, the things that you like to do, everybody celebrates the new year starting. Even if you don't do anything to celebrate, we all know that it's a new year when it's January the 1st. Well done. So now we're going to have a look at all of these beautiful pictures. And we are going to ask ourselves, what special things can we do with our families? So think about all of the beautiful and fun things that you enjoy doing with your families at home. Every family is different. So all of us are going to enjoy different things than the other person. But in general, we like similar things. So let's talk about these pictures, boys and girls. So the first picture that we are going to look at, we're going to look at this family over here. They're walking in the park, they're swinging their son, and they're having a great time spending time together outside. That's something you can do with your family. Who likes to cook with their family? I love to cook. So here on this photo, we have two people cooking together. Over here is a family reading a book together on the floor, sharing stories, talking to each other. Oh my goodness, over here, it looks like a lot of fun. This family is maybe watching a movie together or playing a game or watching some sport on the TV. Can you see they're all cheering together and they all seem so happy to be together? This family over here is busy playing some games. Playing games with your family is an awesome way to pass time. When you have time to relax, you can get a board game, a card game, and you can sit with your family without your phones and your toys, and you can just spend some time together. This little girl is spending time with her puppy. Your dogs and your cats and your animals are also a part of your family, boys and girls. So spending time with them means you are also with your family. I love to spend time with my animals. It makes me very, very happy, especially if I've had a bad day. And this little boy over here is helping his daddy and his sister wash the car. Sometimes in the holidays, your parents make you do some jobs around the house. Maybe you help wash the cars, maybe you take care of the animals. But even when you're doing those jobs, you're spending time together as a family. So those are all different things that we can do together. Right, boys and girls. So the first fun thing that we are going to do is you are going to do a creative art project. Creative art is where we get to draw and create beautiful things. So the first creative art project that you are going to do is you are going to draw a picture of you and your family. It says you can use pencils, paint, crayons, and some paper. And look at this little girl here. She's drawn a beautiful picture of her, maybe her brother, and her mom and her dad. So that's what you are going to do. I want you to draw your family. So if you have lots of brothers and sisters, if it's only you at home, if maybe you live with your granny and your grandpa, you can draw them. That's your family. Anybody in your family that you want. But remember to draw yourself also, boys and girls, okay? There's another picture of a beautiful family outside. And there I am painting my picture of my family. And here's my dog that I told you about. Okay. Well done, boys and girls. Right. The next thing we need to do is, it says here, let's look at this picture of the classroom. Let's look at this picture, boys and girls. What are all of the different things that you can see? Have a good look at all the different things here. And we're going to say, the first question we can ask ourselves is, where are these learners, boys and girls? Where do you think these children are in this picture? That is right. They are at school. We can see they are at school because they are sitting with their desks. There's some chairs, some bookshelves, all of those good things. So these learners are all at school. Okay, brilliant. Right. The next question says, what do you think they are doing? Let's look at this picture here, boys and girls. What are all of these children doing? Right, so this little girl over here, she is busy doing some science. Can you see she's got water there? She's busy mixing things together, pouring things in. These children at this table with the red star, they are playing games and writing letters. And there's a tiny little cat peeking there. Can you see? So they are there. These children are busy cutting and pasting. This little boy over here is playing on the floor. Okay, so all of these learners are doing different things that we can do in the classroom. The next question is, what colors can we see? What colors do you see, boys and girls? Excellent. We see a lot of yellow. The tables are yellow. The floor's yellow. What's out the window? A blue sky, a green tree. There's a green pair of scissors. I see a blue blanket on the floor. Okay, so there are lots of colors. See how many colors you can count in this picture, boys and girls. The next thing is, it says, how many boys are there? So let's have a look. Let's take these away. How many boys are there? So I see 1 boy, 2 boys, 3, 4, 5, and what's our last one? Number 6. So there are 6 boys. Well done, boys and girls. That's excellent work. Well done. Right. Next question. It says, how many girls are there? Let's go and count the girls together. I see 1 girl. I see 2. And that is it. There are 2 girls. So let's put a big number 2 over there. Excellent. And then, right, well done, boys and girls. That is all for that picture. We've looked at all of the different things that you can do in the classroom. We've looked at how many boys there are, how many girls there are, and how many colors we can find in the picture. That's a beautiful picture of a classroom. Okay, right, next thing. Next activity, it says to us here. Identify. So if we're identifying something, we have to look and point it out. So the first thing it says is circle all the things you would find inside of a classroom. Let's look at each picture and you're going to tell me if you find it in a classroom. Let's look at this first picture here. What is this? A microwave. Yes, excellent. Where do you normally find a microwave, boys and girls? At home, in your kitchen. Absolutely. Some classrooms might have a microwave in them for some children who need to maybe warm up their lunch, but normally we find a microwave at home. Let's look at this picture here. What are these? Books. Excellent work. Books. Of course, we find books at school, in the classroom and at school, boys and girls. Books are everywhere. We can learn so many amazing things from our books. So I hope that your classroom has lots of books in it. What is this? A toothbrush. Is a toothbrush something you would normally find in your classroom? I don't think so. So we are not going to circle that. Oh, silly teacher Kira circled the microwave. Sorry. We are not circling the microwave and we are not circling the toothbrush. Okay, boys and girls. The next picture, a spoon. Do you find a spoon in your classroom? Absolutely not. We don't find spoons. Where do we find spoons, boys and girls? We find spoons in the kitchen. So let's put a little cross there. The next picture underneath, this one over here. Who is this lady? She looks like a teacher. Do you find teachers in the classroom? Absolutely. So we're going to give that a big circle. And these last 3 pictures, what are these things over here, boys and girls? Desks or chairs and tables. We definitely find that in a classroom, so we're going to give it a big circle. We find rulers in the classroom, so we can measure straight lines and draw pictures. And we definitely find a blackboard in the classroom. That's where your teacher will write all of her work. Excellent job at spotting all the different things that you can find and identify that belong in a classroom. Well done. Right, boys and girls, the next very important thing that we need to talk about is kind behavior. So teacher Kira said here, kind or unkind. Okay, boys and girls. So think about by yourself. What do you think is kind and unkind behavior? And then what we are going to do is if it is unkind behavior, we're going to put a cross next to the picture. All right, so let's look at this first picture here of these 2 boys. They look like they are fighting and crying. Do you think it's kind or unkind to share your toys with your friends? It's kind to share. So not sharing would be unkind. So we're going to put a cross here. Well done. The next picture. These girls are sharing. They're having fun together. They're working together. And you can see they're both smiling. So they get a big tick. They are being kind. These boys are also fighting. So they get a big cross. This little blonde girl is sticking her tongue out and teasing this other girl wearing the glasses. Is that kind? Would you like it if somebody was laughing and teasing you and spitting their tongue out at you? Absolutely not. I would be very sad. And it's unkind behavior. So we put a little cross here. Then these 2 friends are being lovely. They're saying hello and they're giving each other a big high five. So that is kind behavior. These children are also being kind because they're running and they're helping each other by holding hands and they are smiling. And in the last 3 pictures, do you think these children are being kind or unkind? They are all being kind. So we're going to give all 3 a big tick because they are all sharing. So these are the ones that are unkind behavior, not sharing with each other and teasing each other is very unkind. And that can make people, what, boys and girls? Very, very sad. Okay, we need to be kind to one another. Okay, boys and girls. Right, excellent. Now we're going to talk about a word called terminology. Terminology is where we learn a new word. So the word we're learning now, I need you to lock it in your brain and keep on remembering it. So let's have a look here. It says, what does it mean to be kind? And it says, you can say hello to your friends. That's very kind. You can help your family. Sharing your toys. Remember, we spoke about sharing in the other slide. And maybe giving a flower to somebody. If someone brings me a flower, I'm so, so happy. That's very kind behavior. And what about these? Looking after your planet. That is a very kind thing to do for your planet. Taking care, picking up your litter and your rubbish, keeping our homes clean. That's also kind behavior. You're showing your family that you're being kind by looking after your house. We can also say nice words to people. We can say nice things. You can say to your friend, wow, I really love your new shirt. Or you can say, you are so fast at running. Those are very kind things to say to one another. And it says here, we can also help somebody to do something. If somebody's maybe struggling with their school bag or they've dropped something, do we just ignore them and walk away from them and not help them? Absolutely not. We need to take time to help other people, because when we want help, we hope that people will stop and help us. So here's a little girl walking with her friend, being very kind, and here's a little boy putting some shoes on his other friend. So they're being kind to each other and being helpful. And this cute little boy is looking at a butterfly, being very kind and gentle. Okay, well done, boys and girls. So those are all of the kind behaviors that we need to try and do and behave like. I'm very, very proud of you all for learning all of these brand new things today. So let's have a look at all the things that we learned today. And that is called our lesson summary. Our summary is where we talk about all the things that we just learned about. So in this lesson, we learned all about what makes us very kind, what we see and do at school, the different things we do with our families. All right. And then next lesson, grade R's, we are learning all about me and all about you. So I want you to go home and start thinking of all the things that make you special. Why are you special? Those are things that I want you to go home and think about for next lesson, okay? Well done, boys and girls. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. And Teacher Kira says here, please wear your mask. She also reminds you to please wash your hands, stay very safe and healthy, keep sanitizing, and keep your social distance, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining me. This lesson is brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Education in collaboration with the Sci-Bono Discovery Centre and broadcast by Become Research and Development.